Hello everyone, welcome to Church Tech Corner. In this video I'll be giving you a quick walkthrough on how to layer sounds on the Nord Stage 4. Preferably a really short video because I just want to show you how the board functions and not necessarily like specific patch. So let's get started. So first of all, there are three main sections on the Nord Stage. So there's the organ section, the piano section, and the synth section. But for the purpose of this video, I will be focusing only on the piano and the synth because the goal is to show you how I can get like a gospel feel and a gospel sound really from the Nord Stage. So first off, just toggle this off. It's the piano section, right? So when you turn this on, this is, right? And then turn on the synth. Then you can layer. Right? So very quickly. So how do you actually get these sounds to begin with? So let's first of all start with the piano section. Okay, so to start from scratch, what you can do is you can pick a program that you want. So essentially, the way the Nord works is that a program contains, is basically essentially a patch, right? And the patch has different sounds in them. So here you toggle through programs, right? 1.1 is the first one, obviously. Then it goes to 1.2, 1.3, 4, and so forth, as you can see on the screen. So 1.1. So if I want to initialize this, so this has some settings in it already, right? So what you do is you hold down Shift, right? So the way Shift works is that it applies to the text underneath the button. So for example, if I want to section edit, right, I would click this button right here, right? But if I wanted to layer initialize, which is what it says here, right, I will hold down Shift and press layer initialize. So hold down Shift right here, layer initialize. So what's that? Okay, and now it's all clear, right? So ensure. Okay, so for the piano section, now we're back to the white grand, right? So on the grand, you have options. So you can do a grand, upright, electric, clav, right? So I'm gonna pick a grand, right grand right here. And to change what type of grand you want, you can use this button right here. Right? I also believe, so you see how it says list in the box right here? You can hold down Shift so you can see the list of all the sounds that you want, right? So for this video, I'm gonna pick the Royal Grand. And then you can also pick exit. So now you've selected Royal Grand 3D. Now, so you're seeing in my screen, I can actually see what sounds I have. You can set up your screens in different ways. So there's a program view right here, right? Click program view. It only gives you the list of patches, right? If you click it again, it gives you a long list. Click it again, it all goes away, right? So if, let's say you get the board, right, looking like this, because I'm pretty sure it comes out of the box looking like this. Just hit program view right here, and then you can actually see all the sounds that you're using. For the purposes of this video, so that you can see all the sounds at the same time, I'm just gonna click this. So now you can actually see Royal Grand. And the cool thing is that you can also use two pianos. So in order to do that, or if you wanna use them at the same time, you have to click these buttons at the same time, right? Whichever one is blinking is the patch that you were is the sound that you were editing, right? So this is blinking, right? So that means if I move this button, I'm changing the top one. If I want to change the bottom one, I click this. Now this one is blinking, right? And now I can change this one. So I can maybe use an E piano, for example, right? Hybrid EP or ballad EP, right? So, right? Right? So that's how that sounds like. And then you can do them at the same time. So this is just piano alone. Right? EP together with it. Right? It's a little trick I like to use. So I can use as many strings as possible. But then instead of using a bell, sometimes you can mix it with like a E piano. So it has that bell sound already in it. Like just a little bit, right? 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 So that's that. Okay, now moving over to the synth section. Now, what's cool, I'm going to show you a really cool trick, because one of the cool things about the Node is that you get to edit all your patches, essentially, but they already have a preset library, right? So if you also want to use the preset library, you can just click on piano right here, and you can use, and you want to use the stage grand, or the royal bright, right? The soft velvet, right? Concert grand, right? You can also do that as well. You can press shift to exit, right? So now it's on stage grand. But I like my I like my sound as royal grand, and then for ballad I'll keep it as ballad EP. Okay, so 2 patches right there, as you can see. Okay, now off to the synth. So I'll toggle the synth on, right? I'm gonna press all 3 buttons at the same time so that I can lay all 3 of them. So as you can see, it's all laid out right here. 1, 2, 3. And all of them are pure cell, pure cell, pure cell. Yeah. So the first one is that one of the pads I usually go to is actually a preset library. So I click on synth right here. It is the calm pad, right? Exit. So it sounds like this. Right now, one of the difficulties, and I've not been able to figure it out, but if you have, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. But I actually want the calm pad in the B section, and the only way I figured out to actually put it there is to copy it, right, and then put it there. So the way you copy is to hold down copy, right? So the copy button's right here. Hold down copy. So I've copied synth A, right? And then to paste, like I said, at the bottom is the shift key. So hold down shift, hold down paste, click B. So now it says pasted synth A to B. And now you're done. So now you see calm pad twice, right? So now I'm gonna toggle back to A and add another pad from the synth preset library. So I'm gonna add the I like the way that sounds. Okay, and then I will click exit. Right. Now I have the silk pad and the calm pad. So I have so pretty basic. And then for the third sound, I have to toggle it on. So right here, C is blinking. For that one, you can use a string. So click here for samples, right? and then hold down Shift to pick what sort of instrument you want. So I'm gonna pick the strings ensemble right here, and then I'm gonna go to the list. So I'm gonna use orchestra strings legato right here. I'm not sure if it's clear enough, but it's the 6th patch / sound. Okay, so I click exit. So this is what that sounds like. Right. Again, you can go ahead and, like in my ears, like I'm gonna EQ that and like turn that down a little bit. Right. Just turn down the treble. Just a little bit. Right. So it's a lot softer. It's not perfect, but again, I don't want this video to be too long. Right. So A, B. Right. It's really thick. Right. So again, you can go on A, turn on the EQ, and then cut the bass. Right. So the EQ is on the right section here. So you turn it on and then click the right patch, and then you can EQ it. So again, so let's just lay and see what all that sounds like. So this is piano. Add a little bit of EP to give it that belly sound. So it sounds a bit belly. It's not perfect. Again, if I had more time, I would have built out a more better sounding patch. But just if you want to get something really quick, right? It's a bit belly. It's not as belly as you would like, right? You can add new pads right here. That's it. You can make it a little bit more belly. Okay. So for those wondering, you can also have access to other bell sounds as well and percussion sounds, but I'll show you quickly. So you can shift right here, right? You can go to percussion tuned, and then you can click bells. Okay? If you just, right? But then that way you lose your strings though, so. Or you can modify one of the pad sounds to actually sound like the pad that you want, so that way you only use up one, right? And then maybe put strings here and then put a bell here. Again, it's up to you. The beauty about the Nord is that you can actually edit your sound, and it might not be the best sound out of the box, but just a little bit of more time spent with it, then you can get that perfect sound. Okay, so I hope this video really helped you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you want more tutorial videos, let me know. I can probably shoot some more. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share as well. Thank you all so much for watching.